Have you ever thought about collaborating with someone, but you weren't really sure if you should? You didn't really know them very well, or you had someone come up to you and ask to collaborate with you, and you weren't really sure whether you should or not? That's what we're going to talk about today, collaboration. Collaboration can be really valuable to your business. It can help you expand your bandwidth. It can give you the opportunity to offer things that you couldn't offer on your own. But you got to make sure that you're doing it well, that you're really giving it the time and attention and energy that it really needs. So let's talk about what some of those things are. The first thing is that you want to think about, is there something that you could be offering that you don't offer because you don't have all of the pieces? It may be a service that you need someone else's expertise to plug a hole, or maybe it's a product that you've got part of it, but you don't have the other part, and you don't necessarily have the ability or opportunity to create that other part. If that's the case, and it's something that you really believe has value, you want to think about, who do you know who fills that hole, and find someone who you know, who you believe that you trust. Don't go diving into the deep end. Don't go thinking, wow, this is it, I'm done. You really need to explore it. And my advice is that you reach out to them, sit down, have a conversation, see what they think, make sure they're on board with exploring the idea, and then start the process. And the process is thinking about all the things that would be involved. What would the thing look like? What would you charge? If it's a service, where would you offer it? When would you offer it? How often would you offer it? How would you need to market it? What's the audience? Is the audience really, really there? And will they pay for something like this? Is there really a need? It's all of those questions you would answer if you were doing something in your business on your own, but now you're answering it with someone else involved as well. As you move down that road and you're having those conversations, if all signs point to yes, then you just want to continue down the road. If they don't, you want to stop, right? You want to just say, well, this was nice to explore, but I don't really think this is such a great idea. And that's okay. When you respect someone, you respect their business practices, you trust them, they're working as hard as you are on the endeavor, that's when these things usually work pretty well. And I'm going to give you an example. A couple years ago, I had someone approach me about creating a family business group coaching program. They wanted me to be able to offer a program like to the next generation folks who could come together, talk about the things they were dealing with, the business issues, the relationship issues, get input from their peers, get input from a coach, really, get some ways to go. And then there can also be a group for the leadership and the same kinds of things that they're dealing with. It's a safe environment. I didn't really feel like I had what it took to get that done. I know the business side of things. I don't necessarily have the skill set to be able to deal with the family dynamic part. So I reached out to a friend of mine who does. Her name's Kathy Dawson. She's here in Cleveland. She's a relationship coach, and I respect her greatly. So I reached out to her. We started talking about it. We started exploring the whole thing. We've had a number of meetings where we've continued to move it down the road. After every meeting, we both have things we're going to do, right? We both have responsibilities that we're going to take to continue to move things forward. We just had our most recent meeting where we decided, yeah, this is a thing. We're going to do it. We're calling it the Family Business Forum. We're launching it in January. So it all worked. If it hadn't worked, we would have just said, you know what, this really isn't something that's there. We would have parted friends. We still have a great deal of respect for each other, but we wouldn't have tried to create something that didn't really exist. And the reason we've been able to do that is because we weren't so focused on the bright shiny object, the end of it, the excitement of it. Yes, we're excited about it, but we really wanted to do our due diligence. We really wanted to make sure we could work together. We've never worked together before. We wanted to make sure we could work together. We wanted to make sure that we had something that looked like it was good. And as long as all those answers were yes, we've decided to move forward with it. So I encourage you to do the same thing. Think about something you could be doing in your business, something that would help you expand maybe into a different market or into an additional niche. Think about who you know who may be able to fill the hole. Reach out to them and start engaging them in conversation. See where you can go with it, but be willing to let it go if it doesn't make sense as you move forward. And don't go rushing into it because there's a chance you could be making a mistake. If you've collaborated and it's worked really well for you, I'd love to hear about it. If you'd like to collaborate and you're not really sure what to do, I'd love to talk to you about it and see if I can help you out. And if you are in a family business or you know someone who is, I'd love to see you, and you're in the Cleveland area, of course, I'd love to see you at our open house on January 10th. You can learn more about it at familybizforum.com, or I'll have information on my website soon. So thanks. Think about collaborating. Think about what it might be able to do for your business. Don't be afraid not to do it, and don't be afraid to explore it.